Hey everybody, it's Jeff again. I got some more running clothes. It's not the greatest weekend. I kind of feel like crap. I was down all day yesterday, feeling a little better today. Was hoping to get a long run in, not going to happen. But it's also like 50 degrees outside, and since I bought some stuff at Goodwill that is warm weather appropriate, I figure I just got to get this done now, or it's going to go bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through what I bought. I'm going to then go on a run and come back and report on what's working and what's not. So 6 things, as we said: shoes, socks, shorts, shirt, hat, sunglasses. Got all 6. It wasn't one trip. It was actually kind of 3. I got socks on the first trip. They sucked. They just didn't have a good selection. So I had been back since, and I found a much better set, and the dog is causing issues, and I decided to use those instead. So yeah, same with the shoes. The shoes came from an earlier trip, and that's what we'll start with, and that is by far the best find of this whole thing. So yeah, bottoms up, I suppose. So shoes. So these are what I found. These are Brooks Adrenaline GTS 18s, and if you take a look, they're damn near new, especially considering I've put about 15-20 miles on them myself because I wanted to see if they were as good as I'd hoped they were. This is a $100 pair of shoes. If you know running shoes, you probably know this shoe. This is Brooks's one of their most popular. Yeah, not exactly my size. I'm a 13. These are a 12 and a half, but these are more than close enough to work, so they're great. And so yeah, on that why I've worn them already kind of thing, because I wanted to kind of test everything out at once. But what I did is I had bought a pair of New Balance 550 V8s or something a while ago. Just a really good deal. They looked like a pretty fresh pair of shoes, and then I put them on, and they had this weird like broken plastic piece in a place that made it so it was basically impossible to run in them. Like they were just defective or something. So they looked great. I bought them before even trying them. Like, well, I mean, you can walk them on the store, I guess, but wasn't a good idea. So these ones, I totally did the same thing, but I wanted to put miles on them, make sure that they weren't actually bad. And no, these things are great. They fit great. They're really nice to run in. So super stoked on that. These were $14.99. So basically 85% off retail. So that's pretty sweet. So good start. Like I said, socks. The first time I just found some crappy, really just white cotton socks. These ones I found True Fit men's high tech sport socks, size mine. I'm sure they're mostly cotton. Let's see if they say, oh no, 94% polyester, 6% spandex. So these should actually work okay. They're shorter than I usually go with. These are like a low cut. I typically go with more of a crew cut, so like here, they'll probably work okay. But $4.49 for a 3-pack. So really $1.50 a piece, but we're gonna call the whole thing $4.49 just because you can't buy one, you have to buy 3. Moving up, shorts. Again, this is, if you watch the cheap video, this is the kind of weird part, but I found a good pair of New Balance running shorts. These do have a liner right here. It's not, I like the boxer liner. This is kind of a brief liner, but you can usually tell kind of how old something is and how worn it is by the tag. This one's pretty good. No fading or anything. Everything feels like it's in pretty good shape. These are a pretty standard short. I mean, they're short. I usually wear a longer short too. They got side pockets. They got one little doodad key pocket, whatever you want to put in there on the inside, and they are my size. These were $5.99. So another one that you kind of got to be comfortable wearing something somebody else has already worn. If you're not, Goodwill's probably not for you. If you are, great. It's a cheap way to go. All right, moving up. This was a great find. This is one of our local running shops, Pulse Running and Fitness. I like this one. It's a tank top, so it's definitely warm weather. But these guys they sponsor a lot of trail runs, and I totally dig this shirt. Nice muddy footprint. It says keeping it dirty. Pulse dirty shoes or soles or something. Soles, let's go with. This is actually a small. I usually wear a medium, but this fits just fine. So, and this one, which doesn't appear to be used much, if at all, 99 cents. Very good find on that one. I was stoked on that. All right, so hat. Trucker has I think I looked over this hat once. This is a 10-barrel Tubapalooza. I have no idea what it was. It was some event that they put on over the summer, but it's a deep trucker. It's we'll show you right now. I mean, it fits just like I'd hope, and it is a foamy one. It definitely looks like it's got a little bit of yuck on the inside, but I don't mind. So this one was $1.99. And then finally, sunglasses. Now, one thing that I found out on this trip, I hadn't really bought sunglasses at Goodwill before. It seems like what they get is the factory seconds of kind of your standard like department store brand, which is going to be like Foster Grants, maybe Iron Man branded. They had a bunch of those kind of things. And there is ostensibly something wrong with them. I don't know what it is, because in this case it was, these looked fine. But I tried on a bunch of pairs. This was the pair that I liked the most. Just a pretty standard lightly tinted lens. They are called the Night Fog, and they are made by Foster Grant. So yeah, those would be, you know, $15-20 maybe at a Fred Meyer or wherever you're gonna go. These were $4.99, so not bad. So if you add that all up, we're at $33.44, which is pretty solid. Now a couple just tips for you on Goodwill if you're gonna go there, which I do too often. But first off, and I believe this is pretty standard. We don't actually have a Goodwill, I think it's called the Outlet here, where they have like bins of stuff and you can get crazy deals there. You have to search through a lot. It's not like organized, but you get just super, super good deals. We just have regular Goodwills. So every week they have a color that's half off. Now, I'm just giving you retail prices on all these. I don't remember which ones were half off and whatnot, but you can go through and find, whatever color tag corresponds to half off that week is great. So you can save an additional half off that. Second thing, every Monday, whatever color that was for the last week, everything drops to $1. And I've gotten a few pair of random things, shoes, pants, whatever, in that fashion, and it's been awesome because sometimes you can find some really good prices. And then third is if you take something to donate, which if you think about it, you almost always have something to donate. Find a kid's toy, find something in your closet that you don't want anymore. Take it in, they'll give you a tax receipt and usually a 20% off coupon. So I said, just to kind of make this standard and very doable, with that $33.44, I almost always take something to donate. So I would have been at $26.75, which is a really solid deal for what is a pretty solid, at least summer run get up. So anyway, $26.75. It doesn't quite beat our super cheap one. I think that was just over 20, but again, it's way, way lower than my standard, which was in the hundreds. So I mean, if you think 20, it's almost impossible to get a decent pair of shoes for $26, even if you're going cheap. So anyway, $26.75 is going to be kind of we're going to call that the baseline for this one. So give me a second. I'm going to throw all this on. I'll be right back. Voila. Here's all this kit in its wonderful glory all the way down. You can see shorts aren't too short. I mean, they're like mid-thigh, so not crazy. So anyway, I'm going to go run a couple miles, so I'll be right back. Alright, just got back, standing in the backyard cooling off next to my giant bus, but let's talk through this real quick. So starting at the top, glasses and hat were nothing. I mean, it was just like, they felt exactly like all my other ones, so I got a good pair of glasses, I think. They don't squeeze too hard, they, good coverage, good fit on my nose, and they didn't move a lot, so thumbs up there. I'm going to get a pair of Gooders here in the future, but if you remember what we paid for this whole lot, cheaper than one pair of Gooders, and Gooders are cheap, so anyway, moving on. Hat, same thing. It just fits like a trucker. Vents nicely. It's getting cool. You can see it's kind of getting a little hazy, so it's cooling off for the day for sure. But this shirt, this is definitely not small. This is almost a large. Like, that's how it fits. I mean, and it's meant to be baggy, obviously. I like a tighter shirt. My large Solomon shirt fits way tighter than this, and I like that because it prevents the nips from getting chewed up on long runs. But we'll see. For $1, actually I think this one was 50 cents. I think this one was half off, but it's not bad at all. I'm gonna be totally fine with that. Shorts were shorts. They're shorts. It's pretty hilarious seeing people's reaction. They're still out in coat, gloves, all that, walking their dogs, and me kind of coming by in summer gear. They were like, what the hell is this guy doing? But the only thing that was chilly was the shorts, and that's to be expected. I guess kind of more of a brief liner is not my favorite because it fits like you're wearing a normal pair of underwear versus a boxer brief. So that's just personal preference. I don't mind it too much, but it's weird. And finally, shoes, way down there. These things are great. This is my first pair of Brooks, and I like them a lot. They fit well. They're a slightly bigger drop than my normal shoes. Let's see, I kind of rotate. I've put this pair in the rotation with my Lunar Glide 7s and my, what's the other pair? I don't know, something, Gel Kayanos, my Asics Gel Kayano 24s, and those are both, the Lunar Glides and the Asics are both a 10 mil drop. These are 12, but it's pretty negligible. The only real difference, those are both stability. These are not. These are more of a neutral, and yeah, it's minor, but I'm sure I'd feel it more on a longer run, but I'm trying to make my feet more adaptable. So yeah, so I sort of did. I mean, I tried to get a little bit of everything. I started off with a nice slow pace and ramped it up to tempo, and then kind of finished up somewhere between my mile and 5K pace, and felt good on all those. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about. So this stuff, I'm not getting rid of any of it. This is all going to go into my normal gear and just be in the rotation now. So this, yeah, very much approved on the Goodwill side. So next up, I think we're going to have the Wish stuff. I have 5 of the 6 items. You can't see my other thumb, but 6 total. I'm missing the shirt still, but everything else is here. The shoes on that one are a knockoff of the Speed Cross 3, if you saw my other video. So those are for sure a trail shoe, so that'll be tested on the trail. But yeah, I got high hopes. I think it's going to be a fun one. And yeah, I got some other stuff coming out. I'm going to review some of the stuff, probably review this armband, which, you know, armbands are armbands, but this one has some cool features, and I want to give these guys a shout out. I got a new headlamp that I'd like to maybe review, so a few things coming up. But anyway, stay tuned and keep running.